Okay guys, we are back and we are going to be talking about something that's pretty important. Are you somebody that's considering buying in the next year or two? Then this is going to be for you, okay? Pay attention, because buying in this location, there's a couple extra hurdles. You might have heard of some of them, but what I want to get the point across to first and foremost is nothing has changed. The number one thing, you want to guess what it is? Location, 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 right? You hear it all the time. Well, it still rings true. And that's what people are looking for. That's one of the parameters that they're looking for. The other parameters they're looking for are space and views. Well, space is getting harder and harder. If you're buying new construction in a community, you're gonna find that things are really tight. In fact, I was gonna buy in a community until I couldn't drive my truck between the homes. I said, well, that's a little tight for me. I don't want all my conversations being overheard, and I don't think the people want to necessarily overhear all of them either. However, that's what it's become. So if you want more space, you're going to have to get away from the urban changes that are happening. We have a lot of new things going in. Downtown Cape Coral, we have new apartment buildings with restaurants and medical facilities right there, but they're all for rent. You can't buy them. That's the other thing we're going to talk about, rent versus buying, and what that looks like right now in our area of Cape Coral and Fort Myers. It might be a surprise to some of you, but remember, many of the things that we talk about, it is on a national scale. So these reports are telling us what national news is going on and what people want around the country. Here is very specific. Cape Coral is specific. We have some things here that no other area in the country or potentially in the world has. Canal system is one of them, right? Our weather, I think, kind of trumps most all the weather around the country. And if you want to dispute that, go ahead. Let me hear it down in the comments. Tell me what you think. Also, tell me something else. I am not sure, I haven't gotten a lot of feedback on whether or not you like home tours. Give me an idea if it's something that really appeals to you or something you could take it or leave it, or do you prefer what we've been doing to this point and just giving you all this information about living in the area and how it's going to pertain to you? Hey, we can mix it up, make it all a mixed bag. I just don't want to spend time doing a walkthrough video of a home if that's really not of interest to you. So when they're talking about what people want these days, they're looking for a home that is newer, that is over 2,000 square feet, that has a really nice view in a great location that's safe. Well, of course, everybody wants safe, right? Well, Cape Coral is still the second safest city in Florida for a population of 100,000 or more people in the city. So we're doing good there. Police presence is everywhere. You'll see the cars taken home. They're in the driveways. You'll find them. In fact, I passed a police officer 3 times today in the same location. He didn't move. He just stayed there. Sometimes the radar was on, sometimes it wasn't. How do I know? I have a radar detector. It's legal here in Florida. Get a radar detector and a dash cam. If you don't take anything away from this video, get a dash cam and get the radar detector. I'm telling you. Been here a while now. Thankfully, I haven't suffered too many tickets, and hopefully these 2 items will help me from getting any others. Anyway, as far as location goes, one of the first things you look for is what's going on around it, right? Many of my clients come to me and say, hey, Craig, what's an area I should be looking in? What's on its way up? What's building? What's coming? And as you may know, the Northwest has a lot coming. The 7 Islands project, they now have a rendition. They're showing that there's going to be apartments. There's going to be actual units you can buy there, condos and such. There's going to be slips for the boats. There's going to be restaurants. There's going to be retail. All of this along the 7 Islands and Old Burnt Store Road. Old Burnt Store Road, this is all the bigger it is. It's literally right now 1 lane in each direction with a small median in the middle. And then it's just the grass to the houses on the sides. So it's going to be a little bit of an undertaking to make this an area that's going to be able to take in all the additional traffic that's going to come from it. Anyway, we're going to get to a home tour on this in just a moment. This home is super modern. As you can see, some of the touches behind me, some of the lines and stuff, you'll see some of the materials. It's actually a pretty sweet home. First thing I noticed when I drove up to it is a great curb appeal. And when you get inside, the touches in here are fantastic. However, this is a custom built home, so you have to keep in mind, custom built is going to give you one level, and then there's going to be a standard build. The thing is, with most standard builds, if you just take a regular Florida home builder, many of them don't put it on water because the added expense makes it harder to resell to more people. They need to get the biggest area of people that they can cast their net to try and find that buyer. And if they price themselves out, they've just shot themselves in the foot by losing half the buyers. So this home is a little bit more expensive. It's over the $1 million mark, but that's what you have to do to be able to get a custom home in certain areas. Where we are right now is only about 30 to 40 minutes to the pass, the Matlacha Pass. And then once you're in the Matlacha Pass, you get to go north or south. North takes you to Charlotte Harbor and out towards Boca Grande. South takes you down to Sanibel, Fort Myers Beach, and the tip of Cape Coral, where you can find some other restaurants and things down there. So locationally, it's fantastic. Now, the other thing about this area is that it's, I'd say a quarter mile away from the Publix Plaza. It's about a quarter mile from the intersection. You go out to Matlacha, and there's a number of restaurants out there that are on the water that you might find fantastic. And it's literally, I'm going to say, probably 20 minutes from Punta Gorda. So if you would like the old town charm and the historic areas, Punta Gorda has all that. They also have a great airport that has wonderful rates if it's going to your location. So try that out if that's something that works for you. But this area, not only is it going to be growing because of the 7 Islands, but it has all these other wonderful options around it. And on top of that, the new town center that's coming in Cape Coral on Pine Island Road, right near Bubba's, it is literally 3 to 5 minutes from this location. So look at all you're getting. This is what we mean about location and things you're getting. Now, if you're somebody that's going to commute across the bridge and you need to be able to have that access to just run out there, it's going to be a little harder. It's further away. It's all the way west. So your commute to get to the bridges is probably a good 25 minutes. Then you've got to try to get across the bridge with the traffic. Now, if there was no traffic, you'd probably be across the bridge in 25 minutes. But we're going into season. It's going to get busier. And this is an ideal time for somebody that really wants to know what it's like to travel around here during season when all the people are here, or if you're trying to get into a restaurant, what it's really like. You'll find it all right now. What we're finding then is when people do find something that they really like, but it's a little out of the price range, we're going to look for something close. We're going to maybe they will say, well, we don't need a brand new house. We can get one that's a couple years old, or maybe we're okay now to remodel a home. Well, don't just backtrack to that. Because remember, remodeling still has those costs. It's going to cost anywhere from $20,000 to $90,000 on average for a remodel. Now, if we're talking just touch-ups, like paint and stuff, all right, depends on how much paint. Because I can tell you from now, but from doing it, the entire interior of a house, if it's the same color, with one accent wall, because that's all I had done, that's about $4,500 for an 1,800 square foot home. Yeah, so it's not cheap for painting either. The exterior is going to be similar, maybe a slightly lower, however, because there's not as many walls. However, it's still costly. That is an expensive thing, considering it's cosmetic, unless you want to do it yourself. But I will tell you that I would rather have a professional do mine than try to do it myself. I have painted homes myself, and it's no fun whatsoever. So go ahead and sub out any of the stuff that you don't want to do, because those things are going to be really difficult. However, anyway, do you want to go ahead and get to the tour then? You want to take a walk through this thing? I'll show you real quick what this home is. And again, remember, this is out in the northwest Cape Coral area. It's on Gulf access, and the home is just over 2,000 square feet, around 2,200 square feet. But a couple of the other parameters, we're going to talk about what people are looking for according to the studies. Okay, first thing I want you to note is the neighborhood. You can see the space between the homes, all the clean, pristine, nice, newer homes that are in this location. Yeah? So this is what you'll find in some of the newer neighborhoods. It's going to be homes similar to what you're looking at yourself, most likely. And this particular home has these fantastic palms out front. I don't know what they're called, but they are absolutely gorgeous. So they did a fantastic job with the landscaping. And this is another thing you're going to see a lot of people are starting to do. They're using stone instead of mulch. It lasts longer, and it's probably a little easier to deal with because it doesn't degrade like mulch does. But you see the big double doors going in. These are frosted. They're also storm rated. This home is completely storm rated. You see the tile floors on that diagonal. Absolutely beautiful. Remember I said earlier about modern? Look at all the straight lines. You have those great trays up there with the lighting. The lighting is on dimmers. Look at the styling of that wall. How unique. Yeah, somebody forgot to turn on the fire pit. Hey, there we go. There's a fire pit. So that will spit out some heat too if you like. One thing I do want to get to and show you, this is one of the most amazing features. I forgot to open it back up. But this thing, this wall of sliders, goes all the way back in. Wait until I step back and you see this. All right. Now, do you think you could take that? Think that's something you could work with? The spa's right there, the pool, and the 140-foot across canal. It's a nice big canal. You can get a decent sized boat, not have to worry about turning it around in the canal. Again, you look at those touches. The designer did a fantastic job here. Have a cooler for your beverages. The lighting is fantastic. The decoratives, these wine racks I think are really cool. They built the microwave into the wall as well as the oven. That's the new way they're doing this. You have the pasta filling station in there. But look at these are almost like European cabinets, aren't they? I'm going to almost guarantee that that hood range is vented out. And this I thought was fantastic. You know that storage thing we're always worried about? Look at this. Whoop. And there's all of these that have that. Then you turn around the other way. And there is another, let's say, 2 sections. That is literally your pantry. So you have a massive pantry, beautiful kitchen, and I thought this was also another touch that was quite amazing. But you have your sink, and where's your extra refrigerator? No, it's not out in the garage. It's in the laundry room with the stackable washer dryer. Pretty awesome, huh? So these are some of the features that you can expect on these homes now. And this, again, it goes to another level. So we're in another price range. If you want a home that's under $1 million, or if you want a home that's under $800,000, you're going to sacrifice some of these things, like those sliders that we talked about. Those sliders are not cheap. That is a massive bank of sliders. And you see out there the outdoor kitchen. Do you know how many homes that I've seen that are $1 million homes that do not even have an outdoor kitchen? I don't know if it's due to expense, if it's due to the many different ways that they can be set up. Everybody has a different taste, but you can see here, this is a wonderful setup. They've got everything you need there, including the bar to go eat on. They've got a television here for the games, and you can see how they put this faux wood ceiling in there. Now in this particular setup, this is a north-facing back of the home, so up there's north, west is there. That's where you're going to get their sunset. So you're not going to be blasted with the sun. However, you are also going to be shaded for much of the day, as you can see. So if that's not your preference, this may not be the home for you, but this is, again, the wintertime. Many people don't even use their pools in the wintertime. And in the summertime, the sun will be straight up overhead, so the entire pool will stay in the sun most of the day. Probably about 75% of the day. We skipped right by this. They do have a nice den right up front with these massive, again, storm-protected windows. Those are impact resistant. Nice accent wall to the side. Very high ceilings throughout. And these barn doors that they have with the frosted glass. So you can have privacy if you want. Kind of like that. It's a neat feature. Then we're going to go ahead and check out the master quarters again. That nice accent wall. They've got reading lights that are over each side of the bed with their own switches. They each have their own switch. You can mount the TV on this wall. Again, direct access right out onto the lanai and also to your hot tub. Again, just right there in the corner. Now in here, this is again where they didn't spare any expenses. I love how they coordinated the door handles and hinges to the black, so we're black on white. These are solid doors. They're not the hollow ones. And they actually have built-in cabinets in both of the closets. Pretty cool, huh? So you are getting that next level. But again, you pay for this. There's a price tag on all this stuff. And you can see these are the new mirrors that are lighted behind, as well as you have a defogging button on them. And each of you get a side of your sink, so you're not fighting over who's keeping their side clean or not. Here's something that's brand new. I first want to say the accent lighting is, again, gorgeous. They did a great job with that. Standalone tub, so it's not taking up all your space. And then they have the water closet behind one of these frosted glass doors. Never seen that before. There's another frosted glass door. What do you think's behind this one? Haha, linen. Didn't think that, did you? Probably thinking there was a bidet in there or something. Then this is the walk around or walk through kind of car wash style. The home has those rain shower heads over all of them with the wand, handheld wand. Recessed can lights throughout. And again, one of the things that many people, or one of the things that they were saying about the wants and desires of people in today's market is at least 3 bedrooms, 2 baths, preferably 3 baths, a 2-car garage, preferably 3-car or more. Again, over the 2,000 square feet. And while everybody would love for it to be within $500,000, that can't happen. Again, same styling in the guest bath. Keeping everything consistent throughout. And then we do have walk-in closets on the secondary rooms. So this is a great feature for those that need a little extra space to store their stuff. Storage in Florida is one of the hardest things for us to do. We just don't have basements, and the attics aren't usable that way. It gets too hot up there. That one's not a walk-in, but it does also have the built-in cabinet space. And then the pool bath, matching again the same exact styles as the rest of the home. And if you really want to feel pampered, just walk up to the toilet. Oh, and it opens up for you. How about that? Yeah. I'm not that bougie, so my toilet, I have to lift it myself. All right, so going back out this way, we're going to take a quick peek outside and again show you everything out here. There's a nice amount of undercover living space. A decent amount of deck space. A neighbor fishing off of his dock. Other neighbors sunbathing. And the only noise you hear out here is the little fountain over on the side. Okay guys, so this is what you can expect if you're going to be looking for a home in Cape Coral. You're going to be looking at a few different varieties. You're going to be looking at different locations. This is one of the reasons why I ask you to drive the areas when you first come in, because location will still be your number one. There's no way around it. You need to know all the things that are going to be around you and how that's going to feed into your lifestyle. So we're going to talk all that through. We're going to have a full Zoom conversation about it. And I just want to invite you to either comment down below on things you want to see more of, or just reach out to me. If you haven't found all the information you want out of this video, check out one of these others. And if you have any additional questions beyond that, do what everyone else is doing. Call, text, email. We'll do a quick Zoom call. Use the app to go ahead and help yourself on your home search. But I do all of this because I've got your back when moving to the Gulf Coast.